Alright, what's up guys? Pepperly Too Spicy here. How's everything going? Hope you guys doing alright. Yeah, so I just came back from Apex 2014 here in New Jersey, the great state of New Jersey. Somerset to be specific, it's in central Jersey, it's right next to New Brunswick. And I had a good time. If you don't know already, I placed fourth at the tournament for Tekken Tag Tournament 2, which I do believe was the smallest tournament there, next to maybe Pokemon. I think even Pokemon was larger than Tekken Tag 2. Originally the number of entrants was 10 for pre-register. I was part of that 10, and then it jumped up to maybe 25. Maybe not 30, probably around 25. Yeah, probably around 25 people in total at the tournament. And there were supposed to be a lot more players coming, like NYC Fab and other from New York other well-known players. But apparently, the tournament just started way too early for some people. It did start. Technically, pools, or rather, because the people are so small, there's only a single bracket. The bracket was supposed to start around 11 a.m., and I guess that was too early for some people to get down here from New York. But I'm in New Jersey, so it's all good. It was a 3-day event. I only went 2 of the days because I was just way too tired to go Sunday. And I think I'm just gonna play the video so that I can commentate on what happened and what was going on through this match. And at the same time, before the match starts, I'll talk about how the tournament was like and everything.
All right, guys. Here we got
top four for Tekken Tag 2.
Tekken
Anyways,
Tag.
so
And I'm
yeah,
not getting
the tournament entry was $50, which is pretty pricey, unfortunately. The main reason for that is, well, if Apex is primarily a Super Smash tournament, it is pretty much the Evo of the Super Smash community, as far as I know. So it's a very high-profile event for Smashers. So it's like entry fee is a lot. I had to pay $50 plus an extra $10 for the tournament that I entered.
All right, I'm trying to find
So
you guys
I paid
commentators.
$50 plus 10. So yeah, I would enter Marvel, but I feel like I'm really out of practice, and my team isn't just good enough to compete. I would like to see how it does, but I mean, I'm just really out of practice with Marvel. I haven't played it in months. So I wouldn't really want to waste my time or my money playing that game in a tournament setting. Casuals for sure, but nothing really too extensive. On Friday I went. The tournament was on Saturday, but I went on Friday just to see if I could find anyone playing casuals with Tekken to practice offline, because offline is very different, at the same time very much better than online. And if you play too much online, you get used to the lag, and then when you play offline, everything happens so smoothly that it might not go well for you. So that's why I was trying to look for Tekken casuals, but I didn't find any, unfortunately. I found some couple dudes who were playing AE, and I played that for a little bit. I played some Tekken with them. Like, he had Tekken on his 360, but nobody there at the time knew how to play Tekken, so I didn't really practice that much. Saturday morning, this is just a button check, don't worry. Saturday morning, I got there around 9:30, and I was the first person at Tekken Casuals, and I was able to practice for a good amount of time, at least 2 hours, and played Casuals with some dudes that also came, and I was on a winning streak. In fact, actually, I went undefeated in Casuals. At least, I think I remember the counter was like something like 14 wins or something like that. I was doing pretty well there. The one person who did take a round off me was the guy who eliminated me in the tournament. Momo, yeah, he's a really chill guy. I was hanging out with him and his friends, and fighting GM. Fighting GM came Saturday morning, and that was unexpected. I didn't think he was gonna come, but he did. And then it was like, as soon as I saw him, I was like, oh, tournament's over. He won. No money for me. So I just, I thought, well, maybe I could do better than I did last time. And anyways, about the tournament. So tournament started around 11:30 since the match started. I want to start speeding this up.
Getting an early life lead on.
And tournament started around 11:30, and I got seeded twice. So that meant that both my points never showed up. So I got skipped. I skipped 2 rounds basically. And my first match was against this guy Momo, and he plays Asuka JC, also Asuka Jun. And beforehand in bracket, I was the one who knocked him into losers. Yeah, I lost the first round or something. I think I lost the first round against him in tournament in bracket. But then the other 2 rounds, I 3-0'd him both times. If I remember, yeah, I 3-0'd him both times to knock him into losers after I lost the first round. So I felt really confident, and unfortunately after that they put me against Fighting GM, and that didn't go well. He said he remembered me, which is pretty cool. And I played him. I won 1 round in the second match, I think. Either the first match or the second match, but either way it went 5-1, so pretty much I lost that pretty free. Unfortunately we got a really small stage, so I couldn't really space him out, since that's what somebody told me to do against him, is just space him out. But unfortunately it didn't really work out that way. The stage was just way too small, so I couldn't space him out. It was the French stage, the Paris stage, so it was a pretty small stage. And my defense was up to par. I was a little bit nervous playing him, not too nervous, but basically a lot of my DSSs didn't work out. Either that's just me being nervous, or I have to practice it. I really do have to practice it. Which is strange because I got 2 hours of practice, and before casual started, which at least a casual started an hour in, I was practicing for at least an hour of just training mode with just DSS and combos and whatnot. And I got knocked into losers by GM, and then I played this other dude who I beat in casuals. He was playing King Armor King, and I 2-0'd him, no problem. But he said he was scared of me, my team, because he saw me I played him in casuals, and I like really wrecked him. And to be honest, I almost felt like I was gonna lose, because he was decent, but like I respected him way too much, because he was genuinely afraid of both my characters. So I really could have gone ham on him, and he would not have. Like, I could have gone Panther with 1-2. Actually, that's what I did. I went the Panther stance one of the matches, and I did Panther 1-2 twice. No, 3 times in a row on him, and he didn't block any of it. So he didn't know anything about Lei. So I should have just went on him a lot, but me not doing that did cost me like 2 rounds. But I did beat him 2-0. And then I got into on the stream, and this is the loser semis. I get matched up against Momo again, and now I can finally start talking about the match, because I'm talking about stuff that wasn't on stream. And I was feeling really confident that I could beat this guy, since I beat him twice before. But I knew he was a smart player. I knew he was good. And let's see. And yeah, I unfortunately, like, what really killed me was I didn't know anything about JC. Like, really don't know anything. Like, the only thing I only practiced in training mode, because the night before I practiced in training mode against specific characters that I have problems matching against. Specifically, I trained against Marduk, Marduk, Asuka, definitely, Mishima's, I also trained against Armor King, Dragonov. There was this guy, actually. There was this guy who I saw him practicing, and he was playing Marduk Dragonov, so I went into training mode at the venue and picked those 2 characters just to remember how do I defend against them. And the only thing I trained with JC was how do I interrupt their their can if they have the extension. You know, the extension with Can where they do like the punch or the kick, whatever it is, it's counterable by 11 to 10 frames.
Right now this is top 4.
So
and this is losers.
yeah, what happened was
this is loser side. GM and
he's obviously he mains both those characters, so he knows all the tricks, and I don't really face that many JC or Asuka mains. Like all my experience is primarily online, and Like nobody really plays these characters. Like the people who do play Asuka, they really suck usually, and the people who play JC are very few. There are not that many JC players online, so I don't really have that much experience against these two characters. And yeah, I won the first round, and I did a lot of really good things. Like I really liked how I played in the first round, except for like the third match, because the third match I let him win because I was too afraid to go in on him when I had a life lead. I should have just really went in and ham on him, because really what this match came down to was who could get in whose face first, because he can't defend against me because I'm like, you know, my team is really strong. I'm really creative with my mix-ups and all that. Like my pressure is really good, but if he gets in my face, I don't know any of his characters, so like anything he does to me will be really free. So I can't defend against him, and he can't defend against me. So it really depends on who gets in whose face first. Although it felt like I think he said something like he was really like more afraid of my team than I was afraid of his team. So he tried to keep me out more than he tried to go in. But yeah, my lack of frame knowledge here, or you know whatever, just is really killing me. Like one thing I like picked up that I kept trying to do during the tournament is like I kept trying to counter hit for like everything, especially with JC. Like I'm pretty sure you're gonna see like 3 counter hit 4s in this match or something, because I'm just like I don't know how to defend against this crap. So I'm just gonna try to interrupt you instead of trying to block and block punish. But yeah, one thing my DSS were messing up a lot here. I think it was just because I was nervous, especially off of Junkyard, and I kept doing the Dragon Big Step instead of Dragon DSS. So I don't know. I think the nerves were getting to me. Like after I won the first match here, I was feeling really confident, but when I realized like it wasn't as going to be as like, you know, free afterwards as I thought, because he really after he won the first match, after I won the first match, it took a while to think about his plan for the next match, and I think that really changed something, because he definitely started playing a lot better and I started playing worse. Like there's another counter for. Try to go for Oki here, Dragon Tail for extra damage. The commentators are saying some kind of weird quack stuff. But, I mean, we were supposed to be on Team Spooky according to the schedule, but Team Spooky was on, I think, Injustice at the time. So we got put on beef with Techie, and because I knew there weren't gonna be, well, I didn't know, but I had a feeling that there weren't gonna be that many Tekken commentators here, like people who don't play Tekken. So I thought it was like, when I saw Team Spooky, I was like, oh, okay, good. Spooky knows Tekken. He knows how to play Tekken. So, you know, we're gonna have a good commentator. But then, unfortunately, we got put beef with Tekken, and then the commentator himself said here that, you know, he doesn't really know how to play Tekken. Yeah, see, like, this whole, like, JC 50-50, like, in my face stuff, like, I can't handle it. It's too much for me, so I just kept trying to counter for it and back for it. One thing I really hated myself for doing here is that I didn't abuse slide enough. Like, I missed a lot of slides, and I didn't abuse Razor Rush enough. I kept trying to go in with forward 3 for lay, and that's not really, like, safe if the opponent is like, smart. But see right there, my lack of match knowledge got me reversals. So I think my lay it played well in the first round, but I don't think I played as well in the second or the third rounds. There we go, there's a good punish by me. What else can I say? See, like, when I do right there, like, when I go into, like, a post-combo mix-up, like, setup, the commentators would say, oh, you could have gotten more damage. Like, yeah, I know I could have gotten more damage, but I know it's not going to kill him, so I'm just going to go into a reset. I mean, not really a reset, but a setup so that so it's a post-combo reset, so I can get more damage that would not have given me the damage on the combo. There's a lot of situations where they say that about what I do. Oh, and see right there. See, I didn't know anything about JC. I was just too afraid. I didn't even know that JC had like a shining wizard of sorts. So that's what happened to me. I lost that round. And here I'm gonna skip a little bit because, there we go. That was supposed to be a stage change. Now here, in my opinion, this is where I regret changing the stage, because I thought that maybe if I had walls, I would be able to beat him, since my damage is really high at walls, and his is too. But I have wall combos that do a lot of damage, and they lead into mix-ups because I either go to DSS or I go into Crane / Drunken for walls. So I felt that my wall game was stronger than him, so that's why I picked this stage, and it has a lot of space, so that there's a lot of room to move around. But this actually killed me in the end because he in the end was putting a lot better pressure than I was here because he was going in. So he's just going in. He's going in. I'm not going in. I'm playing too defensive, and my defense is just not that good, in my opinion. So I really should have just kept going in on him. Oh, and see how I just launch punished like that leg cutter? That leg cutter is only -11. He only got launched because he probably pressed a button afterwards. But the thing is that like my block punishing was really bad here. It was horrible. That's like the worst thing I did here because every low that I blocked, I should have punished it properly, either -13 or -11. But every time I either try to launch punish it or I use the incorrect frame, and that really got me killed. So like there were a lot of really clutch moments where I blocked a launch punishable low, but I don't launch it. So if I had launched all those lows, I could definitely say I probably would have won. So just because like by the third round here, like I was really like the nerves were really getting to me here. Like I was just unlike the first round, because when I won the first round, I was like, okay, you got this, you're gonna win, you're gonna win, you're gonna win. But then I lost the second round, and I was like, shit, you know, I don't have any more lenience. I can't like fuck around with him anymore because hell, it's the final round. I can't do it. I can't like. It's time to pull out all the stops. And I really should have abused Lay's stances here. I really should have abused his stances more. I kept trying to forward 3 and forward neutral 4-1-2. I really should just win the stance, and I should have Tiger 4 and Panther 1-2. I should have done all that stuff, but unfortunately I didn't do enough of that. And see here once again, JC's kicking my ass because JC's JC. And I don't know her moves and shit, so... Well, see, right there. Block that low, no launch punish. And instead of, like, finishing the combo, whatever I had there, I just tag and delay. I don't know what I was doing. And see, I don't know the frames behind that, so I just tried to forward 4-3, which is probably a really bad decision. Drunken... Oh, see, I didn't mean to do that Tiger set. I meant to do an up 4-3+4. That hurts you. That's basically the drunken option if you don't get up. And that flip kick was totally a horrible decision, like... He's clearly not in range, but I thought he was in range, so I was going to do a flip kick as soon as I come back. But it's like, okay, he's going to block flip kick, and then you're disadvantaged. What are you going to do? See, bad decisions all over the place. That was a good Panther 2 punish. I should have done down here, so he couldn't hit, so he had taken more damage, but it's really here. Here I'm mashing. I'm straight up mashing. I don't care. Because there, I'll just try to catch him off guard so that he thinks there's a low coming, but there's a mid coming. And this is where things go bad. See, like, I counter at 4 there, back 4-3, ducked. No punish on the back 3, no, like I'm pressing buttons after I get hit. And no finish, whiff grab. I really should have just used the launcher here instead of flipping over to the other play dead. And here comes JC. JC's just gonna wreck my life because I don't know shit about JC. I really should have punched that. I really should have punched that can, but I forward it for some reason. I used a slow freaking move. I don't know why. Oh, mixed up. Boom, man, that's like a 40 damage throw. That must be. And then I think I died here. Yep, I died here. And then the last round here is where I'm ashamed of how I played. This is like the worst round for me. Look, try back 3. And then no blocking at all. No block, no block. Try to counter 4 after I got launched. Straight up. And I should be dead here, right? But then he fucks it up. He holds it for too long and he doesn't do anything. And I really could have killed him here if I did the right combo. But no, I did back 4 because I was so nervous that that he dropped that. Because I was basically here, like, as soon as I tag crash, like, I had no game plan. I have no idea what I could do here. So I just tried to kind of forward 3 him, like, catch him. But obviously, if you think about it from his perspective, he's just gonna wait. He's not gonna come onto me. He's gonna wait for me because he has the left leg. He can just turtle. And there I died. That's pretty much it. So I made a lot of stupid decisions there as Lay. I should have just razor rushed. And yeah, so that was that for you. I mean, I'm satisfied how I did, but like I just made a lot of really stupid dumb decisions there. Like I really had the chance to win, but you know, I had the chance to win,
Guys, just give me
but
quick
my
second.
nervousness. Oh, there's me getting my stuff. Oh, replay. I had the chance to win, but the nerves got to me. Like I blocked all the good lows, and I didn't launch them, and I pressed buttons after getting hit, and like, oh, that's my phone ringing. 1 second. And yeah, like I let him pressure me. I should have went in on him because my pressure, in my opinion, is better than his pressure. But I let him get in my face, and my lay in the final round was complete shit. Complete shit. I mean, I know it sounds like I'm just like, I think I did horrible, but I mean, I feel like I could have won that, but I just made way too many bad decisions, and my nerves got to me. And shouts to Momo. He's a really good player, and he deserves to win that because he kept us cool, and he made the right plays. But it really could have gone either way, and I'm just I'm frustrated that I made a lot of bad decisions. Like, I'm fine if I get outplayed by like fighting GM or something, but like me making bad decisions, that's on me. So like I need to just improve, and next time I'll definitely come back with a force. And yeah, so good games to Momo, and I was sick. The rest of the tournament, after that I watched the rest of the finals, and I played some more casuals, and then I kind of just ate with my friend, and I kind of took a nap in the hotel. I don't have a room there. I was just sleeping in the lobby, and yeah. I talked to Fighting GM. He's a pretty cool guy, and we were hanging out. I was asking him for pointers, and he said I should sidestep more, and just play more patient, because he says that I keep trying to make the match crazy, like counter forwards and stuff. So he says if I played more patient, I would I would do better, basically. Like, he said it wasn't bad, like I was good, but I just need to improve my movement and improve like my tendency to try to do party style defense, like counter forwards and crushes and all that. I have to just play it safe and take a breather. Basically, relax for a second, relax. And yeah, the winners of Tekken, all three of them got Kwamba fight sticks, and third place got $37. First place got $200 plus whatever was left in the pot, and second place, I don't remember what he got. Second place is Elite, who was this really good John Oscar player, and yeah, and there was this guy. It was funny. There was a staff member, and you can see him in the back. That guy in the beanie, you can't really see his face because it's blurred. He you're not allowed to plug in phones at the event. So plug in phones in the ballroom because the room is using a lot of electricity, so they don't want to blow a fuse or whatever. And Fighting GM plugged in his phone, and that guy got so mad at Fighting GM, like he was furious. And Fighting GM was just like, yeah, whatever, I don't care about that guy. it was very like intense for a second. Like, all of a sudden, while playing casuals, like I'm about to play Fighting GM in casuals, and then all of a sudden this guy just comes up and he's yelling like crazy at Fighting GM, like cursing and whatnot. He even like threw his phone at him. It was pretty intense, but yeah, like Fighting GM just brushed it off and said whatever. And then I played a couple games of him in casuals. I actually beat him twice, but he did say he was drinking, so that's probably a factor. I beat him when he was playing Lee Violet, and then he switched to Lars Paul, and then all he did with Paul was try to death fist me. just try to death fist me all day. And to be fair, he did catch me a couple times with it, so he is the better player. But everything was cool after that. I met some cool people. There were a lot of people at the event who were playing casuals with, and I was beating them, and I was telling them like mistakes they did and how they could improve, but a lot of them just said like, oh, what, I'll just play this game for fun. And I'm like, yeah, I play it for fun too, but I'm saying like if you correct these mistakes, like the game will be a lot more satisfying because you won't get destroyed by those mistakes. Like, there was this one guy who his only lows are king with alley kick. Like, that was his thing. Like, I watched him in a tournament match, and and he beat his opponent by doing nothing but king 10 strings, jab it, the 1-2 into throw, and he alley kicked his opponent to death. and these people don't know that the alley kicks are launch punishable, and that you just got to be patient. Don't try to press any buttons, or their reaction is really bad. So I'm telling him, like, you know, you want to be careful with those alley kicks, because I pretty much launched every one of his alley kicks. But, you know, he was just like, whatever, you know, I'll play this game for fun. And then this other guy who played King Armor King, and not the guy, be another King Armor King player, and he was really good. Like, he could sidestep cancel, and he knew to Korean backdash, and his combos with King and Armor King were really optimal. It's just that, like, I told him about frames and stuff, but he was like, nah, I don't really understand that. So that was like a strange enigma. Like, he knew how to play Tekken, but he didn't know how to play fighting games per se. So yeah, Saturday, fighting GM went home, and I played casuals for a little bit, and I got a little tired, and I went home. I went to home too, at like around 8 or something. I watched some Marvel, and that was fun. That was hype. Marvel's always fun to watch. I almost lost my hat. Like, I left it in the venue after I went to go take a nap, and I came back and I couldn't find it. But just as I was about to leave, I found it on the table. Somebody just, either I put it there or somebody just put it there, and thankfully nobody stole it, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, it was cool. It was fun. Good games to all the players I played. You know, Momo, even though I'm frustrated that I made a lot of mistakes. Like, he definitely deserved to win, since I was the one making the mistakes, and he was playing really smart and playing really well. So shout out to him. And if tournament was fun, I'll be there next year probably. I'm gonna try to go to Winter Brawl, but I'm not making no promises. Yeah. Southern style, martial law, label law, making top 4 at Apex, repping the greatest team ever created of all time. Oh, speaking of teams, Fighting GM's team is super freaking cheap. Carries you to the wall, does like 70%, then puts you in a 50-50 Okuzami. And then, if you tag crash, he can catch it from behind too. Cheap freaking team. And he said that his team was not cheap before, but now it's cheap, so I'm afraid that he has like more cheap stuff. But yep, that was basically it. So I'll see you guys next time, because I'm about to go out to eat. And more Tekken stuff coming in the future. I'm gonna try to make it to more offline scenes if I can, but I'm making no promises since I'm poor as hell. So I will see you guys later, and hope you guys have a good day. See you.